Good evening. I'm still reporting on the economy. The Constitutional Convention con is rearing its ugly head once again. I've opposed this monster 3 times in my lifetime already, but here it comes again. A Facebook friend asked me what I thought of it. I replied that it was a horrible idea. I was on to the con long before I figured out monetary reform. The idea is that if 34 states pass bills calling for a new constitutional convention, or con, then one must take place. Well-meaning folks from both sides of the political spectrum tend to support this con for their own reason. But the only thing that they have in common is their wrong-headed belief that the convention can be held to a single issue. Their single issue, of course. So holding a con to a single issue is not just a pipe dream, it is an impossibility. No, a constitutional convention is a deliberate ploy by the bad guys to gut our freedoms in wholesale fashion by promising that the resulting convention can be held to a single issue. The current Constitution makes it very difficult to change, especially in wholesale fashion. The Founding Fathers knew that as long as the framework remained, then freedom would stand a chance of remaining sustainable. 228 years ago, when the Founders hammered out the document, most of them had given up everything to get to that point. A tragic listing of the post-revolutionary fate of the Founding Fathers reads like a listing of the fate of the disciples of Jesus after his death. Check it out. It was not a pretty picture. The participants in a modern-day con would be literally deluged in billions of dollars of lobbyist money, not to enhance freedom, but to further consolidate their grip on power beneath a clever disguise of thousands of pages of complex blah, blah, blah. No, a new constitutional convention would be the arch enemy of freedom, no matter what was promised going in. George Washington, in his farewell address to the nation, spoke against wholesale changes to the Constitution, calling it usurpation. But let there be no change by usurpation, for though this, in one instance, may be the instrument of good, it is the customary weapon by which free governments are destroyed. I first heard of the new Constitutional Convention scam, or con, in the early 1980s. On the surface, it sounded like a good thing to me. To me, about the only thing wrong with the existing Constitution is that it gives the Congress the ability to borrow money in Article 1, Section 8. I was running a newspaper then and was ready to jump on the con bandwagon to help push it through in the state of Virginia. Fortunately, some older and wiser readers came alongside and explained why that would not be a good idea. A new con is a prime example of what Benjamin Franklin meant when leaving the first Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia on September 17, 1787. He was asked, "Well, doctor, what have we got, a republic or a monarchy?" Franklin's terse reply was a warning for freedom-loving people across all nations and throughout all subsequent time. A republic if you can keep it. The republic that the framers had constructed decentralized power to the maximum extent practical. The voting electorate was clearly the boss, and Congress was to do their bidding. The Constitution pitted the various powerful elements of American politics against one another. This made the new government very slow, very inefficient, but very, very safe, protected by the separation of powers concept. Last week, I got an email from a member of the Virginia House of Delegates, my old friend Bob Marshall, the greatest living Virginia legislator. Bob urged everyone to contact the other Virginia legislators and beat back yet another attempt to reinstate Virginia's con call. His alert fortunately brought success, and the measure died in committee. You can read his letter yourself from the Virginia archives. The address is in the description box below. I have an extensive article on the CONCON on my public Dropbox location. The link is in the description box below. Don't be afraid to click on these tiny URLs. I made them myself. It turns out there are active movements for CONCON calls under the banner of the Convention of States Project. According to their Facebook page, legislation is pending in West Virginia, Arkansas, South Carolina, Alabama, North Carolina, Utah, Texas, South Dakota, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. It is supported by well-meaning conservatives like Mike Huckabee, Glenn Beck, Mark Levine, Sarah Palin, Bobby Jindal, and Alan West. They believe this is the answer to our runaway budget, a balanced budget amendment to the Constitution, and they're going to have a constitutional convention to make sure it happens. But a balanced budget in a debt money system would quickly bring the austerity economy of Greece to the United States. In other words, it would make things worse, a lot worse. No, the answer is a single amendment to the Constitution through the normal amendment process. This amendment would have two sections. Section 1, forbid Congress from borrowing a single dollar, and Section 2, forbid banks from counterfeiting the money of the United States. That's it. That's all you need to fix the American economy. However, the problem with most of these conservatives is that they have radio talk shows, and one of the biggest sponsors of these radio talk shows are, guess who? The gold coin dealers, to whom government-issued money is their primary enemy. This, of course, is nothing new. It's been the same argument time and time again since King Henry created tally sticks in 1100 AD to defeat the control the money masters had over the English economy with their gold coins and counterfeit paper receipts for those gold coins. The Tea Party's quest for a balanced budget is a laudable necessity, but buying into the con to achieve it is a short-sighted embarrassment for them. Hopefully this report will cause them to reassess the con. I'm still reporting on the economy. Good day.